Hello and welcome to this 10-minute yoga practice to help relieve pain and tension in our shoulders. My name is Joelle and you will need some sort of hand towel or small piece of cloth for today. Just keep it nearby. We'll get started on our backs, so take your time rolling all the way down. You can plant both feet flat to the mat and interlace the hands behind the head, letting the elbows rest down. We'll take a few moments here, breathing deeply in and out through the nose, letting the entire spine settle into the mat, and keeping just a little bit of activity in pressing those elbows down. So a combination of strength and stretching work today in order to be most effective for relieving pain. Now slowly bring your hands out from behind your head and bring the arms into a cactus shape. So elbows are still on the ground, palms are facing up, about a 90-degree angle in each elbow. You can keep the feet as they are. You can also bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out wide for a little bit of a hip stretch while we're at it. Releasing from that, you can let the hands help the knees back in towards one another, rolling to one side as we come towards seated. Making your way to any comfortable seat that works for you. Maybe giving the shoulders just a little bit of a bounce up and down, and then start circling them backwards. So taking a couple of circles just with the shoulders here, fingertips on the mat beside you. And then we'll keep those backwards circles going, but this time fingertips on your shoulders. So tracing as big a circle as possible with the elbows. You can get the neck and the upper back involved, noticing how this changes as we make the movement bigger. Let's make it bigger again, so using the whole arm this time, swimming yourself forwards and then opening up. Tracing that big circle, really working through the entire range of motion in that shoulder joint. Finish out your movement. And then let that go. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. Another direction, so start circling those shoulders forwards, fingertips on the mat. Might be a little bit trickier in this direction, and then fingertips on your shoulders. Elbows drawing those big circles around. And finally sweeping the hands all the way around, almost like a butterfly stroke in swimming. Picture yourself in that big swimming pool here. Beautifully done. Again, you can give yourself a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a bounce. We'll simply transition now to take hold of our towel or piece of cloth. Take hold of it behind you, palms facing up. And imagine that you're pulling that towel apart. So really tear it in half. Make the outer shoulders work here. Keep pulling. Don't forget about your breath. And then let that go. Bring the towel in front of you now. Palms are still facing up, and same thing. We'll tear it apart. Really think about gluing your elbows in towards your ribs. Hands are working hard. Shoulders are working even harder here as we keep pulling. And relax. Wonderful. Now this is a little bit tricky. We're going to place our towel on top of our right shoulder and hold on to both ends with our left hand so we can brace that shoulder down and trace a bit of a semicircle towards the left with your neck. So let your chin kind of go up towards the right and then down towards that left shoulder just a few times. Right shoulder does not move, it is held in place. Beautiful. Let's release that. We'll just turn to the side so you can see a bit of a different angle. We'll wiggle that towel into place over our left shoulder now, holding it with our right hand. Left hand is nice and relaxed, and the chin will go from our right shoulder up towards the sky and towards the left. So tracing almost like a diagonal really with our chin here. Notice if any little areas feel sticky or particularly tense for you. You're also welcome to hold in place if that feels nice. And let's let that go. Place the towel off to one side, bounce your shoulders a little bit. See how you feel. We'll move towards an all fours position, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, and again we'll take some backward circles. So it's just the shoulders working here. Elbows are not allowed to bend. We're getting the upper back involved a little bit. And we'll reverse directions, circling forwards. Notice if one direction might feel a little bit trickier or more sensational. And then we'll come towards a half puppy pose. So bring the palm of your right hand towards your right shoulder blade as we place that right elbow down on the mat. And the left hand stays flat. So really deep sensation into the underside of the shoulder, maybe the triceps for most of us. And switching sides at your own pace. The palm of the left hand will come to find the same side shoulder blade, sinking the chest towards the mat, directing your breath to wherever you feel the stretch. One more breath. And coming up out of it, we'll return to all fours. Sink the chest towards the mat, elbows are still straight, and hold here as you nod the head up and down. So chin towards the chest, and then gaze towards the sky. Just the head that's moving here. Shoulder blades pulling together behind you. Last one. And coming out of that, you're welcome to give yourself a shake. This should feel nice and intuitive here. Once again, we'll move back to a comfortable seat of your choice. For just a few final moments here, place your left hand on your right shoulder and your right hand on your left. A few cat-cows from here. So inhaling to look at the sky arching through the spine, exhaling to round. So your hands are kind of weighing down your shoulders as you keep this movement going. And follow the pace of your own breath. There's no rush here. It's more about honoring whatever sensations are in your body. As we straighten the spine and release hold of the shoulders, bring your right arm behind your back. We'll interlace the fingers close to our left hip. So our left elbow is kind of jutting out to the side here. And the right shoulder is nice and relaxed behind us. This is probably quite sensational right here. You're welcome to stay as you are. Or you can turn your upper body slightly towards the right, kind of facing over our right knee here if you happen to be sitting cross-legged. Just looking for a little bit of a deeper stretch and let that go. Very nice. Shake it off. And for the second side, we'll bring right hand to left shoulder, left arm comes over top. And once again, a few cat-cows here. So just the different arm on top this time. Maybe this feels a little bit different. Maybe your body has already found some familiarity with this move, arching and rounding. Breath remaining fluid and natural. Well done to you for taking the time today to honor how your body was feeling. Let's let that go. We'll weave that left arm behind the back, interlacing the fingers, this time close to our right hip, sticking that right elbow out. You could hold here, maybe even closing the eyes for a few breaths. You do have the option of going a bit further by turning the upper body towards the left. Coming back to center, releasing, shaking it off, bounce those shoulders, maybe even give them a little bit of a pat in gratitude as we bring the hands to meet overhead and down to heart center. Beautifully done. If you enjoyed this practice, I would recommend trying out my 3-day series for upper back pain. I will leave a link on screen and in the description below. Have a wonderful day.